Good morning, everybody. It's time for Comics and Coffee with Cliff, and we'll be back in a moment. Woo! Where am I? Who am I? What's going on? All right. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm here, and I'm alone, and I don't know what may have happened, but I hope everyone's okay. So, cheers. I had a 4-hour stream last night. It was something else, and oh, look at you. You're still up. It's been a long night for you too. Perfect. You're never alone. We're here. Good. I need it. I would describe it as epic. Was it an epic evening? It was kind of an epic evening. Listen, any guest that likes to strip a little bit for me, it's worth it. And maybe I've encouraged him to post some new videos, so I hope that that's something. Goodness gracious. Ooh. Also, I clearly can't drink like other people. Like, I just, I made it through some of the Kraken, but whatever. I still have a morning of things going on. Such as the, what is it? Okay, like, again, maybe it's just been too much for me. I don't know. I'm like the movie stuff. I'm so stomach turned and upset. Like, I don't need a behind the scenes look at Superman. Like, stop it. Like, it just keeps coming off like they're trying too hard. Good morning. Good morning, Jim. All right. So that kind of bothered me. I've had multiple arguments with people because I felt like Daredevil was rather lackluster. And also it's funny because like somebody asked me the other day about covering like current topics when I do a Saturday morning show, and I'm like, I don't even care. Like, by the time my show rolls around, y'all have beaten every modern, the whole YouTube at large has beaten the topic of the week to death. I'm like, it's like by the time you get to me, it's like, what did you think of the finale of Daredevil? I'm like, mediocre. Let's keep moving. Like, I don't like what else is there to say? Everyone who agrees with me, we have pretty much the same opinion. Ooh, that Superman behind the scenes trailer. Shut up and give me the damn movie, James Gunn. Shut up and give me the movie. Good morning, Brian. Daredevil, to be amusing, people are very polarized. I mean, yeah, but like, we're polarized on everything. I saw the new Fantastic Four trailer. Yes, I too want Norrin Rad, right? I too am like, why do we have a female Silver Surfer? Why is it Shalabal? What is the point in doing this? It's such a classic story. It should be the Silver Surfer we all know and love and want to see on screen, in my opinion, right? But I saw the trailer, and I mean, she looked cool. She had that nice ethereal, not nice, she had that menacing ethereal sound to her voice. So I was like, fine. I'm like, let's give the movie a shot. No, but already talk about polarizing. No, I love Pedro Pascal, but he's in everything. Oh, I don't know if I want this movie to be about Sue. Oh, I don't like the way that they congratulated her on becoming a mother, but they crapped all over Reed. I'm like, really? This is where we're at? this is where we're at. Like, I just feel like, you know what, John? It was a lackluster movie. Give him to me properly. He is the Silver Surfer. That's it. And she historically isn't. She was in one story where she's actually the Silver Surfer after he dies, and then she gets killed, and then they're reunited in the afterlife. Very sweet. But, like, no. And also, that movie is so long ago. That movie is so frowned upon. Like, give me the correct Silver Surfer, Go back and rewatch it. I just told you I don't need to rewatch it, okay? Although I do love rewatching anything with Chris Evans in it. But that movie is a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess. So why should I celebrate that we got a beautiful looking version of him, but it's a bit of a mess, But again, I'm also saying let's give this movie a goddamn chance. So I'm sitting here and be like, oh no, like no, I'm giving this movie a chance. And there's still people shitting on me. There's still people like, Cliff, I don't know what you see in this trailer that makes you think like this looks like a good movie. And I'm like, I don't know. The Heart of the Family, some comedic elements that aren't punishing me. Galactus, I don't know. Maybe that might turn me on to want to be in a movie theater. Good morning. I heard Pedro. Is Pedro amazing? It's like, because you know what? Like it's true. He is everywhere, but I just love him so much. He's just he's just a breath of fresh humanity. And I just love it. I really do. I just enjoy him just wandering into places and just showing up on red carpets in clothes that he had to borrow from friends because his luggage didn't make it with him when he arrived. I mean, I just love it. I love Pedro. I love him. And you know what? Give me Latino Mr. Fantastic. I'm here for Latino Mr. Fantastic all day. And someone made an article the other day about like Sue and Johnny being a little different. Like he's not going to be a womanizer. And I was like, so who cares if he's not going to be a womanizer? Do we need womanizer Johnny Storm? Like, and also he hasn't been quite the womanizer in comics lately. And then someone remind me how he slept with somebody's wife again. So, Superman's really looking good, but I want the film to be out already. Just released it. Yesterday would have been a perfect film. Right! Release it on Superman Day. That would have been great. I feel like we're fortunate to have as much content as we do to be able to discuss and disagree about it. All right, Double O. We are spoiled, but we've gotten too far because now we are completely spoiled. We are completely spoiled because now we're at the part where everyone's picking things apart. The studios expect things to get knocked out of the park, right? There's like an expectation there. And when they don't get knocked out of the park, they keep going back to try and reconfigure everything. There are people involved even behind the scenes who want things to be good, to be great. And so, we have problems. And no, Bo, no, it doesn't work that way. Who's Supergirl? Supergirl's so many things. She's so many things. She's been so many people. But my Supergirl is always going to be Kara freaking Zor-El. Kara Zor-El is my Supergirl. Oh my God. So anyhow, that's my mini rant of the morning. It's Easter weekend. Isn't that lovely? How many of you are celebrating or doing something? I went shopping this morning with my mother. I went shopping yesterday with my mother. There's a giant ass ham with a bone in it in my fridge. I got a bunch of golden pineapples, to stuff in there. And I'm so this is how sad the supermarket situation is. 2 supermarket trips, and I could only find 1 can of perfectly sliced golden pineapple. And then I had to get 1 can of the chunks. So now I'm going to be sitting there trimming that freaking meat for tomorrow morning, jamming pineapple in and with soaked toothpicks, trying to figure out how I'm going to do it just to get some flavor happening. I celebrate Easter, my friend. See, there you go. There you go. Bunk, you're awake. After last night, I 100% need coffee, and who better to have it than Cliff? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Mama Bear, good morning. How are you? You're lovely. Thank you for being here. Phil, love you for being here. Trim the meat. You know, I mean, I'm not always one for circumcision. Max, you beautiful singing human. I just got here and Cliff is already talking about stuffing meat. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Jamming meat shouldn't be an issue for you. No, but you know what? When it's not the proper pineapple, it is a problem. It is a problem. Meat and bones sound like your type of weekend. Yes, yes, yes. It you know, this weekend, the theme, it's a multi-theme to He Has Risen. This is the man of the house. Do you carve the ham as well at dinner? I mean, basically, when no one, I was like, basically, it's my duty most of the time. It's so funny because like the years of doing battle just to be the turkey server, like my Lord, in my own home, can't even tell you. Christina. You are so precious to me. You're one of the backbone pillars of the community, and Christina is responsible for spread the love, even when some of us have a really hard time choking that message down. You know, yes, Bunk, you're supposed to have a new video coming. James, is coming. I didn't quite get to edit it like I thought I would after the stream. Oh, is it because we were really tired and a little drunk and I was cramping? By the way, the thumb trick did work once I was on my feet and out of the room. You know, also, I don't know if you know, Bunk, but some pickle juice will go a long way, a very long way. Woo! Turkey server. I don't know, Bo. Like, can we make that dirty? I don't feel like we can. Christina is amazing at modding. Christina truly is amazing at modding. She really is. I love it. I love it. You know, coffee first, then pickles. Well, not in the morning. I'm talking about when the cramp actually happens. So I'm going to mention something vaguely important. Not vaguely important. Like, it's important. Bonk, Christina's amazing. Aggressively relaxing. Can we make anything dirty? I believe in us. I mean, technically we can. Because I really feel like stuffing the turkey is already there. So anyhow, Christina's amazing mod. So sub of that. So I think many of you may or may not have noticed now that I've set my streams to you have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes before you comment, because I do not want randoms coming in and trolling, especially I don't want people coming in and trolling my guest. So that's my best line of defense. And then my secondary line of defense is Christina being a pro and people like Matt. So God bless you and your wrench powers. You're all wonderful. You're all wonderful. Damn randos. Exactly. You know, I don't need, you know, Goose Sticky 20019 being like, man, you're all trash. I really brought this YouTube community together. You're welcome. Where's my trophy? In my pants, Belle. You know, so it's really funny because would I have connected so many dots without Bo? Because I did meet Phil on my own, but had I not joined Bo when he had Phil on, Phil would not have then told me all about DM Ray. And then I meet DM Ray. And then had I not been following Bo off onto Bleeker, good morning, sir. Good morning. Had I not followed Bo off onto Omnidog, I then would not have all these lovely people like Bunkmaster B in my life. So there you have it. Oh, happy Easter to you too, Jay says Brooklyn. You're the best. All right, let's go find the appropriate thank you. All right, so that's my favorite thank you. Well, it's one of my two favorite thank yous. But yay! Lady F, good morning. Good morning. Bo is the glue of the international YouTube. I'm not sure that sticky substance he's using is glue. I'm really not. All right. I'm just straight up dropping the link into chat for whoever wants to join. Obviously, my mastery of time zones has just not, I have not mastered the mastery of time zones, and I feel like that might be part of the problem. Oh, we're showing titties this morning? I love it. I love it. Can you comment on the nature of that sticky substance? I love it. It's well, let's see. It's 22 after. I've already made the show adult. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's time for our warning. It's koala spit. Oh my gosh. How local. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, my man. Not bad at all. I just woke up. How you doing?
Listen, I rolled out of bed an hour and 23 minutes ago, after Bunk, drained me last night. Take that as you will, sir. And
wow, good for him.
Right? Good for him.
It takes a lot to drain Cliff. Good for you.
It was 4 hours. I was having a wonderful time, but it was very late. I was cramping. I even got a left butt cheek cramp. And that's like, I've only had that like 2 other times in my entire 47 years on this planet. So confirmed draining happened. So like, I had to first of all, I had to get up, right? And and I'm cramping and I don't have sneakers on. So I don't have support to get up out of this chair like I normally do. So I'm grabbing this table for dear life and shoving myself up. I mean, the whole thing was very funny. Very very assisted living sort of situation, not assisted living, geriatric, very geriatric.
Well, you're just sacrificing for the community, Cliff, and we appreciate it, buddy.
Oh, thank you. I like to think of it as sacrificing for the community. Oh, look at it's turning into a party.
Oh, we got a party happening. Nice.
Jim, there's something about your hair that says, I'm never giving up this rocker effing lifestyle. And I love it. Like, your hair is like, no, bitch, no. I am the remnant of that time in our life, and I'm not letting go.
The wife will not let me cut it, Cliff. The wife she loves the curls. I hate it. My work.
No, I know. I love it. Listen, I love it. I really do. Your wife is right. I think maybe because it gives you like a little twinkle of yesteryear that maybe you're not crazy about, but like the hair is like, it's like, bitch, we are the culmination of our experiences. We are.
I know, but I have done some horrible things in my past. There were good things and there were horrible things. I like to just put that behind me because it's a new Jim.
When hair says don't cut me, you don't cut me. That's what hair does.
That's right. Look at you. You got some awesome hair there going yourself.
He's got beautiful hair. He's got
like Samson. That's how he retains his strength.
Exactly.
No. You know what? He is, first of all, when his hair is short, he's giving off that like Latino suave shit that he has no business giving off as an indigenous Canadian, right? He has no business giving that off. And then
Rico Suave, huh?
And then like this long hair that he has is like smoke a blunt with
Bleakers, like the what's the Indian guy that Patty loves in King of the Hill?
Red corn.
Yeah, that's you, Bleak. You're red corn.
I can dig it, man. I can dig it. Send me those white women, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, well, you're pleasing them while the rest of them can't, dude. Just keeping the whole communities up there happy.
There are so many complicated. I love how King of the Hill like tries to address one of the most complicated relationships they've ever put on television. It's like, this is clearly your kid, and we're gonna dance around that shit like nobody's business.
I love it, but
What's
that's exactly what communities do in real life.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
what-
like the whole thing where he wanted to inherit he was fighting for the land that he was trying to get from the government.
yeah.
And trying to instill values in his son, but without saying I'm your real father. And like the whole episode is like this, the whole episode. And the audience is left to decide for themselves if the kid figured any of it out or not.
Well, what about the episode where John Redcorn finally got a conscience and didn't want to see her anymore? He's like, no, I can't do this after talking to Bobby's dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I never saw that coming in that episode. I mean,
I
was that
fucking
normal?
love that we're talking about the depth of King of the Hill because it's fucking good.
It is.
No,
it was the greatest thing Mike Judge ever did, man.
And you know what's funny? I don't even know if he knew it. You know, I feel like
It's a
like,
phenomenon. You
right,
know,
he's like,
Fortnite
I just
characters
wanted
are
a
going to
fun
be.
show.
They're bringing King of the Hill characters on Fortnite. I will be Boomhauer. I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
to get Boomhauer.
Oh, yes.
Like, I have got to kill people as that character. This is my one dream. This is all.
Everybody knows a Boomhauer, and that was my brother.
Dude, I'm in Nashville. All the Boomhauers are here, bro.
Are we really certain that King of the Hill wasn't based on Splash Page Comics? I'm just throwing it out there.
I think Splash Page Comics is definitely a character and part of that universe. He's part of the King of the Hill
I
universe.
feel like he's in there.
Travis.
He deals with gas. I don't know. He's got some similar things going on. Mr.
He
Hack.
does.
Propane and
He's got that.
propane accessories.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel
Monty
like
is a
him
King of the Hill.
sometimes, because the solar industry can be very similar to the propane. It's all about the sales, man.
The rap god, no. But I love it when he gets these moments of clarity and is just like floors people with his level of depth. That or he sings like a god and it's Vince Gill as his voice.
It's so funny. So, oh, by the way, if Fortnite starts slowly releasing King of the Hill skins,
They
I
are.
want the first one to be Luann.
It's going to be the guys. It's going to be the four guys first, I think. You know, the
No.
guys.
I want it to be in honor of Brittany Murphy. I want it to be
know.
Luann first. She's the teaser to let
Early
you
Diddy
know.
victim. I'm just kidding.
She's the teaser to let you know the others are coming, and then release the guys. But I want it to be Luann first in honor of Brittany Murphy.
I love Luann. She was so fucking funny.
She really was. And again, a lot of great episodes for Luann.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some of her best work, to be honest.
Yeah, and no, truly, especially like the whole thing with Luann, her mother, Peggy, you know, like Luann coming to the realization that Peggy has always been
Her mom.
her real
Yeah.
mom, you know, like,
Yep.
but like Peggy's the one who's always looked out for her, cared for her, and like, you know, like
Peggy's a solid bitch, dude. I love Peggy.
yo,
Yeah,
Peggy is so solid, and she's solid without ever trying to threaten Hank's masculinity.
Yeah, she's not
Yeah.
about that. She's not
You know.
about trying to belittle him. It's about raising her man up. But dude, she will cuss you out in Spanish if you fuck with her.
Yeah, and by the way, that's the only
And it's
Spanish
all wrong.
that's the only Spanish she seems to know to get right. Is when she's
Yeah.
cursing people out. The
When
rest
she
of the
gets
time,
pissed, she speaks perfect Spanish.
right? Exactly. She's pissed. Her Spanish is perfect, but the rest of the time it's shit.
Shit,
And I'm like,
shit,
no,
yeah.
Peggy, no.
And that's what saved her. Remember when she got arrested in Mexico for kidnapping? When she thought the little girl and he had to show that she can't speak a lick of Spanish and let
yeah,
it.
exactly. Her Spanish is terrible.
Oh,
but
no.
yet, if she was furious, she would have saved herself by speaking impeccable Spanish. I'd be
Yeah.
like, I'm a gringa school teacher.
And I'm like, Bobby is my spirit animal. Fucking.
It's so true. Again, Bobby amazing. By the way, I love that the final episode is really about Hank and Bobby.
That's always what it's,
You know?
yeah.
It's like, but and like it didn't have to be, right? Because like it could have just been about Hank and family, period, right? And it kind of is, but it goes Hank, Bobby, family in that order, right? And community, right? Because like that's the beauty of it. Is
Bobby
like,
is a little Hank, though. He is just a
different.
tiny little Hank.
He's also little grandpa, if you think about it.
Yeah, well, and he's Peggy. He's definitely Peggy.
Oh,
Like,
Grandpa was. Oh God, dude, that was one of the greatest characters, man.
I know we can talk about another great grandpas. Is it Grandpa from The Simpsons? Another cultural revolution, in my opinion.
In my day, we didn't have yellow.
That's Steppo. So now we've integrated the Steppo universe.
By the way, Grandpa on The Simpsons, I think is the only character who, like everyone else, is perpetually the same age, but I think Grandpa just gets older and older. Like his story, every time like he flashes back, it's like, you know,
later back in history.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but when like everyone else, but like, oh my God, when they did that episode of Homer flashing back to his youth and when he was obsessed with rap, and I'm like, oh my God, Simpsons, what are you doing? Like, I was so happy with disco era Homer, but apparently Crisis on Infinite Earths reconfigured the Simpsons timeline once more.
Mm-hmm. I always dug the Treehouse of Horrors. Like, they were always the funnest.
Yeah, those are good. The Treehouse, yeah.
Let me tell you. So, Bunk mentioned something interesting here. I used to be with it, then they changed what it was. Now I'm not. What seems weird and scary to me, it'll happen to you too. Okay, so like, I'm not going to get into all that, right? Because we all get old and blah, 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 right? But there is one season of The Simpsons of recent years that I think is perfect. And the following year, they fucked it so hard. I was like, what happened? Who did you fire? What took place here? You got all the chemistry that anyone could have ever dreamed of, perfect for one season, threw it out the window and set it on fire with a flaming poop arrow.
Who was this? Because Simpsons hasn't been. Is Simpsons still airing?
Yeah, of course.
Disney Plus. Yeah.
I knew.
The one
I
I
liked it when Conan was on there.
Futurama is an incredible show. I mean,
I've heard that, but I've never watched it.
So,
yeah.
So the 2000, I think the year was 2018, right?
Okay.
And they had not given Marsha Wallace a proper send-off.
God damn it. She's one of the best ones.
Right. So the episode, I can't remember the name of the episode, but I think the name of the episode is like I Miss Her Too or something like that, right? And they're cleaning out Mrs. Krabappel's stuff from the neighbor's house, right?
Gonna get more coffee.
And of course he said, and Bart finds a diary that she's kept. And it looks like she's talking about how inspiring she finds Bart, right? So Bart spends the episode trying to be better because he thinks that Edna really believed in him, you know? And eventually the pages come unstuck and he realizes that the pages about him and the pages about her cat have come together.
Yeah, I love
The
it.
star!
The man of the hour. The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Swag.
Swag, welcome to a star-studded morning of Comics and Coffee. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Good. I was doing so much time zone math this morning. I'm like, wait a second. Where exactly is he? What if he's an hour behind? What if I'm wrong? I'm like, I sent you. I don't know how many emails.
I know. I was looking for it because I was looking for it last night, and I was like,
yes. Well, let me just tell you. There's a certain someone that I can blame for me being sloppy about last night. I'm not gonna say who, but
I think I may have seen some of that.
yes.
Oh man, I need to see it. I gotta see it now. Later.
Yeah, exactly. There was some of that.
I think I may have seen some of this tomfoolery last night.
My God.
I gotta see the rap god now. I gotta see it.
So Swag, now that you're here and now that we have a whole panel to weigh in, I can go back to my questions that were originally for you.
I can leave.
You don't have to. No, it's a party now. Swag.
Oh yeah, now I gotta hear some of your answers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. All right. So, question number 1. A comic book from, your youth or whatever, but a comic book that inspired you.
Comic book that inspired me.
Yes, something that gave you like some sort of inspiration, made you want to be a better person, any of those things.
Does he answer first, or any of us answer?
Any of you who feels comfortable answer, you could do it.
Uncanny X-Men.
There you go.
The whole legacy virus, and then like seeing how people were getting judged against it, and then like reading God Loves Man Kills. How do you not want to be a better person after reading that? How do you not want to lobby for the marginalized? How do you not recognize that we've all been marginalized in one way or the other? Like, it's a good fucking book, and it just makes you want to be mindful of what everybody's got going on,
For me, it was the original run of Mike Kaluta's Shadow in DC Comics, because that was 1972, so I was like 5 or 6. That was one of the early comics I bought off the rack. And it taught me good and bad. And then when you do bad, it has some serious consequences, because the Shadow just be pulling out the 45s and wiping out the bad guys. So
yeah,
kind of learned.
Read some of the Spectre.
Oh, I have, but not then. I didn't get exposed to the Spectre.
It's dark.
Yeah, I know. I have them all. Yeah.
I didn't get introduced to him until I was an adult.
Yeah, same here.
There's definitely a lot of comic books that changed my life, especially having a shitty childhood. So comic books were a big part of that. But I would have to say the one book that actually changed my life was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Changed how I thought, changed how I viewed life. It was actually a pretty big transformation after reading that book.
That's good, man. That's what books are for, though.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is such a deep story, dressed up in comedic antics.
Yeah, it really is. There's some really deep lessons that you can learn from that book. It's weird.
Modern day Aesop's fable in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I really like about it is like many great works about trying to find the journey or the solution to your journey. It's like whatever you make of it, it's yours to make. Now here, go back to your newly refurbished planet.
Yeah. The point of a life is to create a point. You're the one. It's your own canvas. You're the creator.
It's just like that Billy Crystal movie that I can't remember the name of.
City Slickers. No, I'm just kidding.
City Slickers with Jack Palance and Helen Slater. But it's that one thing, and that's the best part. The one thing.
Mine would probably be Meteor Man, because it gave you hope of stuff. And like, I didn't know that had gotten made into a comic after seeing the movie. So like when I found that out, I was like, what? I like this old throwback, and it gave you hope and, inspire and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he became a superhero, but he didn't even know nothing before that. He was like, oh, I don't know, like, if I could do this.
Yeah.
And, like, at the end, it was like, oh, I can do this.
Hope is inspiring, man. Hope is what you need. Hope is what you want for the future. You know, no matter how old you get, if you have hope in your life, you can overcome a
Sometimes
lot.
that's all you have.
That's it. Is that like happens to be all I have right now? So I'm pretty hopeful.
Well, if you have hope,
hang in
you have a
there.
lot more than most people, brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, hope is
a bitch.
because like it is fragile. It is
Yeah.
fragile. I have days where hope is like lifting me up, empowering me through the day, and I have days where hope seems so far out of reach.
Where are you? I can't
Yeah,
see
exactly. And you know, I talk about this often where like we wear masks, we build facades, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
it's not like in a it's for survival, right?
you. Yep.
And, and sometimes people don't understand that, and obviously some people who have different behavioral issues, you know, their buildups and mask and everything, you know, it goes beyond where we just use it for survival. It goes into other places.
It starts projecting onto other people and causing discord.
Yes, exactly. You know, and they have to focus on getting to the root of those. I mean, we all have to focus on getting to the root of the issues at some point, because let me tell you, everyone learns that if you don't address it, it will make you ill. And if you continue not to address it, it will kill you.
Yeah, and you can't run from it because it'll just follow you wherever you go, man.
Yeah.
And sorry, go ahead.
And I tell people all the time, I said, whether you want to address it through mental health, whether you want to address it through religion, whether you want to address it through a support group, whether you want to address it using all of those tools, which I think is really the best.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to address it because it's going to get your ass.
All right,
You know?
chat.
Young, sad shadow work.
Chat, don't listen to these pussies. Just smoke pot and drink booze. You'll be fine. You'll be all right.
You can do that and talk about your feelings.
Too many
Right?
young,
You can actually just smoke pot and talk about your feelings. That can be done.
What do you think I'm doing?
Or just do a gummy and talk about your feelings. Or a potluck and do gummies. You can have your munchies and
Ooh.
talk about your feelings.
Or
Did you
some
say potluck?
CBD drops.
Love potluck.
yeah,
Right.
there's way too many young, beautiful people out there that have issues and they end up unlifing themselves, and it's the saddest thing you ever hear. And it's like, talk to a friend, talk to a neighbor, whatever you got to do to.
I gotta tell you. All right, so here's the thing, right? We still have people who talk to the friend and talk to the neighbor, and it's still not enough, right? And it's because we don't know how out of touch that person is with hope. And worse yet, when you are, damn, I did not expect to have this deep ass conversation
No,
Saturday
it's
morning. What
good.
we're
We
doing.
need it.
Sometimes we need it, yeah.
And SWAGGDUHH, we will give you a rescheduling date because today is not fair to you. And I do have a hard out at 11:30 because there's a memorial walk for my coworker's husband.
Oh, swagged it with the reprieve. Look at you. Gov just called. You're not getting put to death, bro.
So, and for those of you that don't know, a friend of mine, we're 38 minutes in. A friend of mine died by suicide at the beginning of the month. And I give a awareness class every month, right? So logically, I understand I can't save everyone. Logically, I know what good I'm doing when I host those classes, helping people build the skills they need to talk to their friends and loved ones. But in my heart, I was like, oh my God, why did this happen again? And that's I became an instructor because it had already happened to me 4 times. Right? And so now it's 5 times in my life from 2009 till now where I've lost someone in this manner. And honestly, so like when I got to 4 is enough, right? Like honestly, 1 was enough, right? But when I got to 4 is more than enough. And I was really passionate about this class and doing it and everything. And And actually, Commyverse actually took the class once on one of my virtual nights. So I went through all of this, and the thing is, so part of what I do is I tell people to evaluate quiet signs, right? Like the person won't do or say anything abnormal. You have to think, what is going on in their life, right? Did they just get divorced? Did they just lose a job? Did someone special to them just suddenly pass, right? Another giant red flag. Did someone close to them delete themselves, right? These are all major red flags and that people don't particularly look for. Then also combo that if it's more than one thing, keep a goddamn eye on that friend hard. I'm not saying intrude on their life, but they could be quietly going about things, but internalizing lots and lots of pain and trauma. And it could be taking them to dark places, and things we don't understand.
The problem is certified. The world is a really lonely place, man, and there's a lot of people living by themselves, and nobody. Yeah. You don't realize because you're not living in that.
All right, I want to read a quote. We developed the ability to talk to each other and communicate on a scale and fidelity unimaginable at any other point in human history, and it drove us absolutely fucking insane in less than my lifetime. Sorry, less than half my life. So
that's probably true.
Here's the thing: we're not doing it face to face, and we're not so we're becoming more and more isolated, and I think that's what Bleak is kind of saying is that a lot of us are lonely. The whole it takes a village, and I think it got worse after COVID because people became.
And yet, for some of us, it clearly got better. Look how many people in this community that this online community gave them something special that they needed.
It's called adaptation, right?
Right. So, but the reason I want to hold this up, right, is because again, my friend from this month, when I went to his services, it was I can't remember the last time I went to services where I had to stand online, and that when I left 2.5 hours later, there was still a line out the door.
Wow.
And so he was very connected to people. There was 200 people just from his open mic night at the local Pride Community Center, which blew my mind because he's such a good ally. Because
who's that? Who?
My friend.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like some famous person or something.
No, this is my friend who deleted himself at the beginning of the month.
Fuck.
And
sorry.
All these people were there, and there was a song that he wrote about it was a sailor song that he wrote, and and I knew the song, but I didn't know the song. They knew the song that 200 of them could sing it together. And anyhow, of course, I think about his mom right now. I think about his best friends. I think about everybody. I've gotten over the guilt phase. And when I was standing online, one of my friend's husbands was super, super, super upset and withdrawn. Good morning, Ian and Becca. I hope y'all went to CliffCon and had an amazing time. I wish I was there. So anyhow, but one of them was like so upset, and I grabbed him. I'm like, "How are you doing?" And he's like, "Awful." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Are you angry?" Yes. Is it internal or external? Internal. I'm like, "Okay." Are you blaming yourself? Yes. I said, "All right." I've been blaming myself. I'm like, you can't do this. You've got to use the logic that you can't have done something that you didn't know about. I was like, can't do it. And then after I gave him that little speech online, and still at the end of the night, he was very upset. And I grabbed his wife, who I love very much, who also is very close in the circle. In fact, she went to kindergarten with my friend who passed, right? And I grabbed her and I said, "You keep an eye on your husband." And I was like, "And if you need additional resources and you have any questions, you freaking call me, DM me, whatever it takes, And then I said, and also when you're going through your friends' comic books and shit, you call me, DM me, whatever it Well, no. I'll tell you, Jim, I'll tell you where that came from. That came from his mom grabbing me and said that she may need me. And I'm like, but Katie works part-time in a comic book store. You know? I'm like, she actually is better equipped, you know? Yeah. So I told her that because I was like, if you need my eyes for stuff, I was like, but otherwise, I'm like, I absolutely trust you to handle this job. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. In my local friends, I don't know another woman equipped for this job, you know? So she's like, I'm on it. She's like, I'm on it. I'm ready. I'll let you know.
Cliff, Lady Swag, you guys will give me an honest answer on this and not hold back. Okay, this just came out yesterday. Already it's selling for $20. Why? Why is this a $20 book just because she's a hoochie mama skirt? I don't.
Hot, because it's hot. Nerds like hot.
Yeah,
it's lady, huh? It's that lady.
It's the best looking cover, is it not?
No, it looks like a Bratz doll, bro.
Yeah,
it does look like
a Bratz doll.
Oh, sorry, no. The best looking cover is the Archer. I'm sorry, the best looking cover is the Archer. The A cover is trash, and then this one has and this one has the best colors.
Well, you know why? Because everybody wants it. That's
crypto.
Why.
And I honestly wanted to read the story because I love Steel, and John Henry's getting married. Okay, I want to read this. I actually wanted to read it. Not a crypto cover to be seen. And I'm like, but my LCS had a ton of these. And I'm like, well, and you're right, Cliff. The main cover was ass. It really was. And I'm like, well, okay, at least this one looks good. And then I go around and I see people selling it for $20-$30.
I'm like, that does look stupid.
Buying it. People actually paying $20-$30.
The crypto one's the best. I like.
Look at how cute he is. Look at how cute he is. What a good dog. What a good dog.
He's a good boy.
Yes.
I mean, it's adorable. It's adorable. This is, well, let me see here. What else we got?
But see, I don't go for the thirst trap guy ones either. I don't care about the Nightwing, hard body.
All right, so my heart is invested in this one because this is Dan Jurgens and Brett Breeding doing Superboy. Right,
he didn't have those. My LCS didn't have those, or I would have grabbed the classic. Yeah,
and it's cool how they kept him looking like I could tell this is a Superboy and not a Superman.
Yeah, because so apparently in this special they're reintroducing the concept of young Clark Kent being the first Superboy.
Yeah,
which I honestly think is best. And look at this Jang Lobo cover for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the best. That's the best cover, man.
That's one right there. I like that one.
I saw people share that one. Man.
Listen, this is a banger Jang cover. Don't get me wrong.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
But I don't feel like it belongs on the Summer of Superman special.
No, you know what? I'm just gonna thank the person that did it because I'm gonna say thank you for doing that cover because now I get to buy that book.
The only reason I can see Lobo there, I don't mean to cut you off.
Don't pay more than cover.
Is for him to crash the reception because I mean Lobo likes a good party. Come on. You know?
Well, he's going to be in the Supergirl movie. He's going to be they're just pushing.
Well, no, I get it, but we have a brand new Supergirl series coming. So like
he'll be in that too.
Right, that should have been the variant of her cover. You know?
I actually agree. I don't disagree.
Like he'll show up on both covers. He'll be like, "Hey, I'm on this cover too."
And this is the wedding of Steel and Superwoman, aka John Henry Irons and Lana Lang.
Yes.
Why is one of the covers not dedicated to them?
I know. In costume, no less. That would have been beautiful, you know?
Yeah, like they could have done an homage to Spidey getting married.
Yeah, I'm really shocked that they didn't do a marriage cover. It's really weird.
They could have done an homage to the Superman Lois wedding album, right?
They've done every cover is a marriage cover that like when they're getting married. They do it all the time. I'm surprised that they didn't do it. Really.
Oh, another book that I am so mad about, Cliff, is this cover for the Godzilla versus Hulk.
Oh
It's
wow.
got my
Oh yeah, that's
got my
interesting.
favorite
Godzilla versus Hulk.
all
is
time
interesting.
on it, which is
Where's the
Jet
Hulk?
Jaguar. And see, Jet Jaguar has special meaning to me because I was like 7 when the movie came out, Godzilla versus Megalon. Jet Jaguar plays a big part in it.
Lol.
And that was the first Godzilla movie I ever saw as a kid in the theaters. Okay. He is nowhere in this book. Nowhere. No fucking where. Excuse my
Totally with
language.
you.
And I was like, how can you put my favorite character on here fighting Godzilla and he's nowhere in the book?
Do you feel like you've been lied to?
Oh, I'm sick of Marvel. I knew this series was going to be trash. I knew it was going to be ass.
You feel like you're living a lie?
Yes, thank you very much.
There are, yeah, I hate when they do stuff like that. I really do.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely is.
If it's not in the comic, don't show it on the cover.
Exactly.
Or if it's not in the comic, at least do one of those things where like this does not take place in the comic at
Yeah.
the bottom.
Not
Yeah.
in this comic. Wolverine.
Oh, that just made me so mad. I mean, the only reason I bought that is because I thought, okay, they brought Jet Jaguar in. That's epic. He's cool. He's a goofy robot. I love him.
I mean,
And yeah,
they still
no
have a
way.
letter section. You should write them in and say, look, this is unacceptable.
No, all they're going to do is say, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Just like Tom Brevoort did on ASM #1. You know, when we got tired of saying, stop cucking Peter Parker. We don't want this anymore. Make him right. They're like, no, just don't buy it.
That's when you come out with
Thank
your mom
you.
jokes.
Thank
You
you.
take it up a notch.
Thank you. Do not buy ASM. Boycott. Teach
Yep.
Marvel.
Oh, speaking of that, that's funny. I want to show you.
With their money.
So this is Zdarsky's thing, and it says, "Hello, sir. I'll agree with you that 2 out of 3 of all Spider-Man stories are complete garbage."
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Yay!
That is funny.
Yeah, because Zdarsky writes this little newsletter, and like every month he does a new like author that's one of his buddies, and he just busts their chops. Like, it's hilarious.
He set the standard with that 5 or 6 issue miniseries, The
Yep.
Shadow of the Spider, where he kept the Venom suit.
Yeah.
And it slowly took him over. That was a horrifying, but well written what if story. I mean,
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. Oh man, I was just like, oh, this is sick shit, but damn, it's good. You know?
Listen, man, I just want Peter Parker to do well for a minute. I just like to see him do okay for a hot set, like just a minute. Hey,
Deserved like some.
they've taken everything away from Peter Parker that they possibly can. They've killed everybody. They've destroyed his whole life. He's the saddest superhero of all time. Can he just do well for a minute? Can he just like be like, holy shit, I'm Spider-Man. This is the best.
Yeah.
Man. Or send another girl, just replace, be like, all right, he's over MJ. Let's go ahead and keep going.
Chicks
Like,
can be
Hey,
replaced.
the Spanish did him right though.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
Oh
did.
yes, they
Her ass
did.
alive.
Gwen didn't get killed. He married the love of his life, and he got it going on. I mean, that's
so
why
funny,
I
that is
love-
true.
I have to use Google Translate, but I am hunting down all those Aranya books.
The
I know, man.
first Mexican
Spanish people were like, no, we're not having that.
They're
That's
like,
bullshit.
fuck you.
They're like, you
We're
can't
writing our own
put someone off
Spider-Man.
on that
No
conversation.
bueno,
What are you guys?
motherfuckers.
Yep. And in my opinion, Gwen was so much better for Peter anyway. You know, just
Mary Jane, she's a little tryst. I'm not sure what's for her. She's,
Y'all are so brutal. There's
Yeah.
Mary Jane
We're
has
dicks,
done
aren't we?
plenty of good for Peter. All right,
during the Michelini years,
Oh
yes.
shit! Wait,
Yeah.
someone Double O gifted 5 memberships. Oh my god, Double O, thank you so much. Hold on, let's get hold on. Let me fire up a proper thank you.
Aw, those guys look like real good friends.
Yeah.
Glenn
They're
Powell.
working, man.
What with those guys? It's just Glenn Powell. It's all Glenn Powell.
Yeah, it's just one dude. But he was really friendly with that rope.
He really was. I'd love to see it in action. I'd love to see it.
Sigh.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, so like Spidey deserves more love. I think we all know. It's so funny. I went on a rant at the beginning about like I don't like modern topical conversations, and then it's like Spider-Man. Spider-Man. By the way, and I will say this to
Or make him a bad guy. Do something cool with Spider-Man. Jesus.
Cool, man.
I mean, Gwen's been dead for 50 years, and he's still kind of
Mopey.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't know how y'all feel about Gwenpool, back from the dead Gwen. I can't. I don't care how good it's written. It's just like Venom Mary Jane. I don't care how good of a job you do presenting it. My stomach cannot handle it.
Nope. No, thank you.
Oh, Paulo. He
That
says
part's true. He should have went full on with Black Cat in that case. That is true.
Now, like I was saying earlier, I really did enjoy when Michelinie and McFarlane were on there because Spidey had it going on. He married her. She was a model. He was doing good.
McFarlane made Spidey cool again. He made Spidey edgy again.
Yep, the art was great. And
that's the last time he was edgy. Straight up.
Yep, and the writing was great. Michelinie just nailed it. I don't know.
Maybe the on that edge, or what is it? The first Spider Punk or something. That was kind of edgy. That whole.
Well, that thing with the order or whatever, like that one was kind of edgy.
Yeah.
Marvel Knight Spider-Man
had a good suit.
Yeah, Marvel Knight started edgy, and I enjoyed that very much.
But Black Cat didn't love Peter. Black Cat only loved
Spidey. Yeah.
And the two are the same. It's not like Batman, where Batman.
You can't love part of someone without accepting the other part. Yeah.
Yeah. Which by the way, it's not impossible for her to make the mental resolution that, of course, I love this guy because he is that guy.
Yeah.
That's
no, I can't do it. Sorry, I can't do it.
That's bullshit. I don't want to hear it because Lois Lane did it. Lois Lane did it like nobody's business.
Was able to kind of just compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Lois Lane put up with a lot.
But then you get all these poor lonely girls with coffee cups sitting on couches wearing superhero T-shirts. It's a sad thing.
I don't have a T-shirt. It's just Guns N' Roses for now, but you should catch me on a different day.
Guns N' Roses, awesome. So you're married to a superhero, is what you're saying? Good.
Congratulations to my newest members, courtesy of Double O, The Watcher, Madam, Taylor Winder, Hannah John, 9495, and 23 Munch. Thank you.
Nice.
All of them eligible for my giveaway this month, which includes issues 1 through 6 of Earth Divers
and Bussy Buster 7.
No Bussy Buster
next
7.
Chapter.
All I have is 1 through 6, and it's second printing of issue 1. You also get the gold foil glow in the dark Hush Part 1 from BTC Collectibles. That'll be in there as well, and a couple other surprises that I'm working on.
Yeah.
Good morning, Trev. Good morning, Rod the Rican.
Mr. Coconuts.
We went wild off the first topic. Okay, so back to that started with comics that inspired us.
Yeah.
And where are my questions? How did I lose them? By the way,
like
Meteor Man is amazing, by the way, because I can't say enough, okay? The movie addressed gentrification, media control, prison pipelining, and community in one goddamn 1993 film.
I'm trying to tell you.
Aggressive as hell.
Why this movie has not received a sequel, a reboot?
Because of that. Because it was so on the nose.
That right there. And then it was the Toms. They was like, oh, we changed a lot. That's what they try to push it towards. So it's like, all right.
No, bull.
They're still pushing it.
That's why I got the movie.
We need Meteor Man Part 2. We need Robert Townsend training his
the Trump years.
And he's like, son, it's about community. He's like, no, Dad, it's about revolution. I'm the new generation, and they can have that whole thing. And he goes, what do you think, that I wasn't about revolution?
Am I listening to Meteor Man or Les Miserables? I'm not sure what's happening.
Well, is it not the truth? Is it not the truth? Is it not the truth?
It is true. It is true.
Let me tell you, what did the French learn about the French Revolution?
They should have done it sooner.
Yeah.
Well, no, we just
you really think that you really
no. It was a lot of fallout. There was a lot of fallout. It got out of
bourgeoisie won.
Yeah, it did. That's what I was going to say. It got out of control.
They ended up killing their own.
The bourgeoisie was like, oh shit! Like they were like, oh no! Like this got way out of control. The streets literally ran with blood,
dude.
For days.
By the end, Robespierre got his head. The guy that started all the violence got his head cut off. It was just madness.
All the revolution leaders ended up dying, you know?
Yeah. But it didn't matter because it didn't change the physicality of France after this horror show was enough to tell them, oh shit, we gotta change shit because this is way too out of control, too violent.
It also was breaking into Enlightenment kind of stuff, like
a little bit. But I think it got there. But honestly, the reason change happened was because of the trauma. You know?
Result of the French Revolution too is like Napoleon fucking filled that fucking void.
Yeah, which is frightening.
Yeah.
You guys are a bunch of sad sacks this morning. They gave us a great slogan like "Viva la Revolution." Come on.
Okay, you're right. All right.
Right, and Bleecker, that makes all the death worth it. Jesus, no. Anyhow, you're right. We're sad sacks. Where are my questions? I need to find something snappier, nicer.
I mean, look, they did get out of like a feudal kind of system, and they did form like a fucking republic, and that started like the path to getting like a fucking constitution in a way and shit.
There go hope.
There you go. Back to hope.
There you go.
But a lot of blood.
Hey.
All right.
Hope.
You know what?
New question.
They're weak sauce, man. Every time they're invaded, they cave to whoever invades them. It's like, no, dude, grab your ball sack, grab a gun, and bust a cap in somebody.
They have grabbed guns many times. Just because they haven't been successful, we can't just roll over. You know, when we rolled up in there, were they not like hiding in freaking potholes with guns? Of course,
they were smoking a cigarette and thought we never thought you'd come.
Yeah. Well, I know they had the underground, but I mean,
well, what
there was the Vichy France, which was German. I mean, it was fucking.
Yeah, they worked directly with the Nazis, the Vichy. Yeah, I mean, come on.
My ex's grandmother used to serve soup every day to Mussolini's guys while her brother was down below, and she would kick the floorboards to let them know in code when these fuckers were there and when they weren't, so that they could move. And she would tell him if she overheard them saying anything.
Hey, and holla to all the women during revolutions because they were the message senders. It's all the chicks that you thought was some old mammas, like getting some bread, that were sending the fucking tea.
Yeah.
And she was, and they didn't suspect a thing. She was there with her fresh bread. Oh,
don't pay attention.
It's like, oh, do you love the ditalini today? That bitch had it unlocked, and her brother was out there like,
motherfucker, here's what's gonna happen. So when I do this, you know this.
Yeah.
And look, and shout out to her brother, his great uncle. Because he was no slouch. But the fact that him and his sister collaborated, and we're like, this is how it's gonna go. And by the way, she knew how to fire a gun. Let us be clear.
There you go.
What is it? Human resilience, man.
Yeah.
We talk about not having hope, but like we get in a bind, and then it's like, all right, motherfuckers.
Yep.
I'm not gonna stop.
No.
So you're gonna have to kill us.
See, I'm one of those people, I enjoy proving people wrong. When I was growing up, I'm kind of like the black sheep of my family, and people always told me, you're never going to be nothing, you're never going to do nothing. You're gonna end up in jail. Yada 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 yada. And
Mom, is that you?
and I always had that punk rock attitude where I was like, "Fuck you," and I used that for positive. And here I am. I'm married. I got a job. I own a house. I mean,
My mom was right. I don't have any of that
I
shit.
proved you all wrong, you know, and I'm still me. So.
You know what, Bleak? Fuck that shit, okay? We think
Yeah.
you're great.
I do. Dude, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
And you should show your face because you've got the best hair of the group, brother.
Whoa.
You
He's got sleepy eyes.
You still have that dick me down hair, okay? So baby, use it till the wheels fall off. Till the wheels fall off.
He's
bitch.
the James Dean of Canada.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I would like to say he's more like a Rico Suave, but like it's okay. It's okay.
I mean, all right, but like, you know,
So
I'll take it all, maybe. I'll
he's a
take it.
Rico Suave Don Juan Delanucci, huh?
Joseph Redcorn.
Wow, I've just got so many monikers this morning. It's nice.
Oh,
I feel
yes.
pretty good about
You're just
myself.
putting all this shit onto you, and you're just like, man, I'm honestly just fucking.
Just trying to sit here, chill, smoke some doobies. I don't know, bro.
Fucking Easter Bunny shit, man.
Enjoying Mr. Cliff. Coffee and comics with Cliff. What's your next question, Cliff?
Yep.
All right. By the way, I do believe that Nick Mancuso is the James Dean of Canada.
Now I gotta go kill Nick.
Either him or Paul Gross. Those are my top two. Those are my top two.
Okay.
You heard it, Nick. You and I are now mortal enemies.
Oh shit.
Well, he's old, dude. You still.
I don't care. I'm gonna kill him. He deserves it.
All right. Follow-up question. Swag that you have to answer first.
all right.
Which one do I want to pick? Oh, let's do the Reggie Collects question. What do you think makes a great comic story?
What do I think make a great comic story?
Yes.
In particular, or just overall? Because
Overall, like, does it have to have action? Does it have to have intrigue? Does it have to have romance? Like, what are the elements that you need to make it to like really to say it's a great comic?
mine will be basically the overall essence of a good plot. Because I'm more in the know of like if it's. I'm gonna ask y'all this in reverse. If it start off like kind of rocky and it get good, I think I'll be okay. If it ends well, to make me keep on proceeding with it, versus if it just be like bad and then it be bad the whole way through, and then I end up like, oh, I don't even want to watch this. I don't even want to read this. It's almost like the same with watching stuff. Like if it ain't good when I at the end of it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll keep on going. If I'll be like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want to watch it, or I don't want to read it. It's something like that. So it's in the same vein of
We were all scarred by Game of Thrones and How I Met Your Mother, and
Yeah.
but
I
no,
was-
like,
I was Walking Dead.
I Met Your Mother.
Game of Thrones. I was Walking Dead on Sundays instead of Game of Thrones. So
and even still, Walking Dead took longer and still betrayed us. You know, it's like, listen, you know, look, I don't know, man. You die the hero or live long enough to be the villain. Walking Dead lived long enough to be the villain.
I think Game of Thrones ended as a villain to all
Yeah.
y'all. Y'all kept high praise. Everybody was praising him, and now
Never liked that fucking shit.
See, and when I asked everybody, as soon as it ended, people be like, "Man, don't talk to me about that. Anything before that, I don't want to talk about the ending." I'm like,
Never watched
You
it.
could talk to me about it, Swag. I loved it, and I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Hey,
You
I'm
love
the end of
Walking
Walking
Dead
Dead.
all the way through?
The Walking Dead, no, I'm talking about Game of Thrones. Walking Dead,
I watched the
lost
Walking Dead.
me.
I watched the Walking Dead all the way through. I mean,
Walking Dead
And no,
sort of
Swag
lost
watched
me.
Walking Dead all the way through.
Yeah, Walking Dead lost me with the girl in the barn. That season was sort of, I was like,
The fucking black dragon queef,
oh my god, it was fucking lame.
the black queef, and then the dragon egg. Fuck that shit.
But
I
they
was
never.
like, what the fuck are you watching, Matthew? This is stupid.
I watched or I read the first 50 issues in the Omni, and I just didn't care to follow it after that. You know, I was like, oh, the wife is dead. He's stuck with the kid, and they're escaping the prison, and the zombies are getting it. I'm just done. This is too dark and deep, and it makes me want to kill myself. I don't need that in my life.
That's how Apocalypse will be.
Sandman, Jim, I want you to know that there's a very charming ending for Walking Dead, the comic book. You know, and the way he did it, he never told anyone it was the final issue. It was just the final issue.
Yep.
I hear
the way they ended the show is kind of good and charming, to be honest, to go into the spinoffs. So I mean, it's still.
Well,
it's
that's
still
the thing that I didn't like about the ending. Is it just all it did was to perpetuate spinoffs more than just give you closure, and that's why I took issue with it. Because of course I also hadn't watched it in years, but then I was banging this dude Chien, who worked at the casino an hour from me, and then he got me back into watching it. You know, with those people who wore like the weird makeup and stuff. And so then I got back into it a little bit, you know, and then he moved to Chicago or some shit because like he wanted to become a Tibetan monk, and you know, he needed to like put aside all of the pleasures of earth so he can like, you know, move on in his transition. What a shit. And why does God toy with me like that? So anyhow, so that's why I got back into Walking Dead, and then I was like, and then I actually figured out it was ending. I was like, all right, let me power through the ending, and then, you know, it did. Oh my God, this is hilarious, and I love it. Claudius did it better.
Claudius was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid, not knowing a single fuck about what was going on. Right.
I know about Claudius, but I don't know. I've never seen Claudius.
I saw it on PBS back in the day.
I watched it on PBS with John what am I saying? John-Luc Picard. No, his real name. Patrick Stewart. With Patrick Stewart. And I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm with you, baby. I'm with you, buddy. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
I was watching it. I was clueless. But all I did know in my little young brain is like, there's something homosexual happening here. And let's say...
Patrick Stewart is a hottie. He's an older gentleman I wouldn't say no to. I loved him in his Next Generation days. Ugh. Silver Fox.
Madam, I'm Lady. Oh my God, who am I talking to? Lady Fantastic.
Caroline, y'all look alike to Cliff, Lady.
It's true. I'm so gay that all women look the same to me. You're all like triangles. You're all triangles, and that's it. And you're triangles, and none of you are hot. You know, it's basically you're triangles with big boobs and big asses, or small boobs and small asses, or small boobs, big ass. But basically, you're
preachy voices.
Right. You're just triangles. But I do hear you, which is great. My immunity to your visuals allows me to actually understand you when you speak.
Okay, cool. That's how I see other girls as well.
You know. You know, it's really funny. My, you know, it's like there was a stand-up comedian who was talking about how, like, you know, she's a trans comedian, right? So she transitioned into being a woman, and so when she's doing the hormone therapy and everything, her sexual preferences start to change. And she goes, I used to just see men as triangles. I was only interested in women, and then all of a sudden it's like, I think these triangles are kind of hot. So now she's bi and trans. Go team.
So she needs some DMP.
Exactly. Go get it. Go get everything you want. Get it all.
Get all the D's and get all the P's.
I have a couple friend of mine, and they decided to they found another couple to form a foursome, right? And they're like, okay, so we want to introduce you. They've been a part of our life for a year now. I'm like, a year? And I was like, whatever you want, do it. Be happy, please be fucking happy.
Privately.
I'd rather people do things that work for them in their life, that bring them happiness and bring them security and bring them wholeness.
I don't give a fuck what you do. Whatever it is, I don't give a fuck.
But when it comes to, I don't know. It's for me. It's more than that, right? Because in friendship, when my friend proposed this to me, I could see in his eyes that he was prepared for me to accept it or reject it, right? And so of course I'm going to accept it because I want my friends to be happy, you know. And these are perfectly nice people, and they're happy, and it looks like it's working for them. And clearly, it's been going on for a year, you know. So I'm just happy for them. If people are in a relationship and they mutually agree on the rules and the standards and how that relationship works, how that relationship grows, etc. I'm happy for you. Find your freaking happiness.
If they're your friend, you accept them without judgment because you know what they fucking suck. Don't bother. Is not your business. Like,
unless of course they turn out to be serial killers. I mean, there are lines. You know?
But
leave people alone. Leave people alone. That's all. It's like everybody's all jumping up everybody's ass for this person doesn't believe what I believe, and this person doesn't like what I like, and what I like is the best.
Your job to make other people be like
right
you.
Thing. You're not right because you don't like this thing. Shut the fuck up, man. Just leave people alone.
Again, Reverend, there are lines.
Yes, there are lines. My basic line is if they're not hurting anybody else, don't fuck with them, man. Like, just leave them alone.
Yeah, there are just some things that cross a line with me, and that has to be hurting women, hurting children,
sure,
and unconsensual stuff. But that's basic with everyone, you know.
Yeah.
Violence.
Mine will be hurting anybody, man. I don't give a damn if man or woman because it's just like if you don't know who's weak.
Hey, come on, we have to admit, Swag.
I don't be separated that much. I don't separate it that much.
We got the BDSM stuff, and
we ignore a lot too much for everybody.
Unless they ask for it, like Lady Fantastic. When I meet her, she's getting a punch right to the eye.
And Bleeker already knows that I want to be choked and fingered, so he understands. and Bleeker, preferably, if we could make it take place directly in front of a 3-man in the basement booth, if we could make the stars align, just because if I could just traumatize Otto as much as possible, I would love that.
You're asking a lot, Cliff. We'll see.
I don't think I'm asking a lot. You
we'll see what we can do for you, man.
Tony guide you. Just have Old Wolf give you the tips on how to caress me, kiss my neck.
He's a loving man.
I don't know if I need the tips
Old Wolf
from
is a
anybody
loving
at this
man.
point. Thanks. Keep your tips to yourself, people. Keep your tips to yourself.
Oh,
no, baby. Tips. I want your tips.
All tips accepted. No,
getting back to the subject.
The question.
That was an excellent answer, and I'm sorry that I'm horrible. Oh my God, we have 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left. All right.
I think writing is very important. The story has to have good world building, compelling characters, and if it doesn't have the first, second, and third act, who cares? I mean, a great storyline, for example, it's classic Claremont's Dark Phoenix saga. Perfect. It had everything going on, and the art complemented it. And even if a good story has bad art, you're still going to get into it. But if a bad story has good art, it don't matter. You're going to sit there and say, this is ass. I don't want this no more. And boom, you're done. So story is everything. And a lot of comic companies have forgot that nowadays. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I need some moral ambiguity. I need my characters to be very imperfect. I need some kind of personal transformation to take place, brought about by either inner conflict or an outside event. These are the things that I need. Wrestling with morality, being able to walk away from a very ambiguous situation and have to be okay with it. These are the things that I love in a story.
I love how you're describing Spider-Man and X-Men. Oh, also, to put you on the spot, did you finish my script?
No, I've only gotten 9 pages into it. I'm sorry.
It's only 20 pages.
I'm an asshole. I'll finish it today.
I love that. She quoted Dennis Leary. All right.
I'll finish it today. Is that what he says?
No, he said.
No, he said I'm an asshole.
I'm an asshole. Leo.
He's got a whole song about it.
Yep, that's how he sent his daughters to the best private schools in the country.
I like Leary. He's a good one.
He is.
He's I liked him in that where he did a good show where he's like a firefighter. It was a fucking awesome.
Yeah, rescue me. All right, but no rescue me talk. You're the last one to go. Answer the question.
Oh, what Lady said, like there's got to be some moral angle. Like if you're not writing Watchmen or you're not writing V for Vendetta, get the hell out of here.
Damn.
Short answer: if you're not Alan Moore, I don't want to fucking read your bullshit.
Jesus Christ! Like, how is my smutty World War II public domain homosexual adventure supposed to entice you in any way, shape, or form if I'm supposed to be reading Watchmen?
You fucking better get back to rewrites then. I'm telling you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, he won't.
Man.
Okay, what Alan Moore did at that time was groundbreaking. Bleecker Street. I will give you that. But it became old hat, and other people just can't do it. And now we've got mighty duck fucks like Tom King, who thinks he can deconstruct stuff, and all he does is ruin it and put in his own personal issues with his wife into every book he writes, which just sucks. It just sucks.
Hey, are you attacking my precious Wonder Woman in some strange way?
I love Tom King and Marvel shit.
I love his Wonder Woman right now.
You sound just like the guy from
Wonder Woman is well done, okay? And
I've heard it's some of the best coming out right now.
You sound like the guy from Comic Book Palace.
But his Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow was horrible. His Mr. Miracle was horrible. I don't
love Mr. Miracle. It's about PTSD.
So is Woman of Tomorrow.
I know. It's about trauma.
I didn't two of his most well-received works.
Dude,
I didn't like them. Yet I love Alan Moore's V for Vendetta and Watchmen.
But see, those two are very politically
super mega groundbreaking, and that man really understood the groundwork of what he was trying to do. Swag, do you want to do this next week at 11? Because you are so neglected, and
Swag, we hijacked you, buddy.
I am so internally upset about it.
I want to see Cliff rapping and stuff now. I'm over it. I want to see that, and I will be back. But I
wanted to see the energy for Swag and Cliff together, because I was just going to think it's going to be so cool to have the two of you together, because Cliff keeps it real and Swag is so positive. It was just going to be like all this cool energy coming out, man.
Yeah, we just bombed the show with all this like negative hero talk. It was awful.
And which, by the way, like Swag and I are very much on like similar pages. Like Meteor Man is like, yes.
No, I love Meteor Man. That was great. Anything that gives hope and puts a positive message out there was cool. I even had my issues even with the Chris Nolan Dark Knight trilogy, man. I mean, but it's me. I'm really picky about.
Because it's no, the thing is, I'm with you. It is dark, and like sometimes I just don't like dark things, but I also pull away to deconstruct. Well, what is actually good about this? What is it that resonates with people, right? And I gotta tell you, what resonated with me in Dark Knight Rises, shocking, because like I didn't think that movie was gonna do anything for me, right? But like the little moments of like the flashbacks to Batman Begins and him like telling Commissioner Gordon, he's like, even the smallest things you've done have, profound effects, offering a comfort in their darkest moment. I was like, oh my God, Batman getting me emotional. I was like losing it. I was totally losing it,
Yeah,
and
I hear you.
I'm not gonna lie. If a writer wants to, if a writer wants to put a little bit of themselves into a character, that doesn't bother me so much.
I also want to say, I think people accuse writers of putting a lot of themselves into stuff, and I'm like, you guys have to understand context more. And like, okay, I'm not going to speak to the Tom King thing because I don't know anything about that, right? I do know he's had hit and miss work for me, and I do know why I enjoyed what works. First of all, as we know, people deleting themselves is very near and dear to me. So yes, I love Mr. Miracle because I thought his approach to that was very genuine and very it took those things and brought them all to the surface. And there's something special he did in there that few people talk about is Barda is his hero at every moment, even though the Barda that is his hero is from his own mind. But that's how much he loves her and idealizes her, scot-free. Is that even in his subconscious, as he's on the grips of on the boundaries of life and death, she is there. She is his pillar. She is his constant. She is his strength, his woman, his heart, and that and all the other things. But that, to me, because I don't feel people talk about that enough, is so beautiful. So, like, I love that. And that's why I love that series.
I respect that. But counterpoint, his Jenny Sparks. Okay. His Jenny Sparks series is horrible. I mean, he's got Jenny Sparks cursing out Superman. I mean, like, Superman was supposed to stop COVID. Come on now.
I'm sorry. She is who she is.
I like it.
You're 2 minutes over time, Cliff. You're 2
He's
minutes
the
over.
barely underpowered Superman.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
but
take
she's a
this back.
bitch.
We're gonna take it. Look, she's the spirit of the 20th century, and that's supernatural. And we know supernatural is not Superman's territory. That said, Swagda, where can we find you? Because you are one elusive motherfucker. You can only be reached by email. How do we find you? Where are you gonna be next?
You can find me on my channel, SWAGGDUHH, and I got some stuff coming out. I did the free comic book day video to show the books. I've been just working on my editing and stuff, getting that together. And I'm always on somebody's stream. I pop up on streams from time to time. But I'm glad to be on here with Lady Fantastic again, Cliff again.
Yeah.
You already know, Bleeker. You already know.
Yeah, bro.
Saying, man, you know, so y'all catch me in there. And you can always hit me up on the email. My email is in my description. So, yes. You can hit me through the
it's
email.
the only way you're ever gonna find him.
In hey, movies and cartoons, hey, that's my thing.
You're fucking James. You're James Bond, is what you're telling me. Nobody can find you. Just one random email.
Or I'm like Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible. I get.
I see what you're up to. I see where you're at. I see where you're at.
Yeah.
Bleeker can be found on Bleeker Street Comics every Sunday for church at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sandman Mystery Comics. Go to his channel, check out his great videos, and you can also find him invading other people's streams left and right. And Lady Fantastic, queen of the panels. Where can we find you?
In hell, no, I'm
here too. And Kathy Griffin is doing stand up for us.
Yeah, no. And I've been streaming a lot of I've been playing Diablo 4, literally. So hell, no. But I'll usually be on Legion of Comics in the mornings on Fridays, and then Wednesdays on Comic Vet. Show us what you got, and then on Friday nights on Not Near Mint, the Not Near Mint show. So, and then I'm always showing up in like Cliff's chats and a lot of different chats, supporting the people that I enjoy and am so thankful I have come into my life.
I'm so grateful too. I've got to run to a memorial walk, which is something I didn't know I would be saying in April, but here we are. I love you folks for joining me. I love everybody in the audience for joining. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, be sure to comment. Hey, comment if you want a shot at my subscribers giveaway this month, where we'll have a little special bat treat in that as well. All right, love everybody. We got to run. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. SWAGDUHH will do this again soon, I promise. Love you, folks.